The UK government actively avoided investigating Russian interference in the 2016 Brexit referendum.
Here's a summary of the article.
The UK government failed to investigate potential Russian interference in the 2016 Brexit referendum, according to a long-awaited report into the Kremlin's influence in British politics and society. The report by the Intelligence and Security Committee suggests that ministers had not seen or sought evidence of successful interference in Brexit. ISC member and Member of Parliament Stuart Hosey on Tuesday said the government had actively avoided investigating the matter, adding that there had been no assessment of Russian interference in the EU referendum and that goes back to nobody wanting to touch this issue with a 10-foot pole. Commenting on suggestions that Russia interfered in the referendum, the report says, "We have not been provided with any post-referendum assessment of Russian attempts at interference." Labour MP Kevin Jones, another committee member, said the government had clearly let us down after failing to investigate interference in the referendum after there was evidence of Russian interference in both the US presidential election of 2016 and Scottish independence referendum of 2014. The 50-page report calls for a full, retrospective assessment into whether Russia interfered in the referendum. The UK government was led by David Cameron in the run-up to the referendum before he was replaced as UK Prime Minister by Theresa May. Our Brexit Insider Facebook group is the best place for up-to-date news and analysis about Britain's departure from the EU, direct from Business Insider's political reporters.
This post received a score of 10,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The report states there are several members of the House of Lords, from both main parties, that have received money from Russian oligarchs tied to the Kremlin in return for effectively lobbying on behalf of Putin.
The scary part is that, really, just like that.
Did you expect any different? They sat on it for as long as they did to avoid what would have been a big push towards a second ref. Now we've left and are set for no deal. They're not going to change course.
There are some parallels with Trump's impeachment. They used this as the explicit reason for ending the impeachment and not hearing any more witnesses. They actually said they were going to end it and not hear from more witnesses because the witness would only add details that would be politically harmful, so we'd had enough truth for that moment in time. It seems like with Brexit they've managed to shut the thing down before any sort of trial or hearing to get the facts straightened out.
Conservative commentators have been hammering the "will of the people" line almost continually since 2016. Very few people have bothered arguing it's actually a good idea for years. A million-strong march protest in London against Brexit was basically ignored by the news. All kinds of political manoeuvres basically unthinkable until a few years ago have been used because they have no alternative. If they backtrack even a little on Brexit now, then they'll be annihilated.
At one point in the last few years, didn't we make a no-deal Brexit unlawful? That was a no deal without even withdrawal agreement, so when this was fulfilled, that law becomes invalid, a fake. At least no one mentioned it in this context. Good to know they only cared for 12 months.
There's been another election since then.
It's fun to see how in 2020 everyone's fine with politicians betraying their country.
Selling your country out to shady foreign powers to own the libs.
No, to make money. I don't think they care about libs, or anyone else.
Harold at the pub certainly isn't making any money out of this, but he's happy that his team won. The future of our countries has been reduced to a fucking sport. Smiley face.
He's not conservative. He's just a bigot, being fucked by conservatives.
Greater than he's not conservative. He's just a bigot. That Venn diagram looks an awful lot like a circle to me these days.
Why spend billions on a nuclear arsenal when you can spend millions to just buy off a few politicians and create an effective disinformation network?
It's really quite ingenious how well they saw the weakness of the West. Just took a couple of years after the Cold War ended to really figure it out.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.